In the heart of the Indian Himalayas, at over 16,000 feet above sea level, lies a small, seemingly ordinary lake. But appearances can be deceiving. Beneath the clear, icy waters of Roopkund Lake, hundreds of skeletons rest in eerie silence, their bones scattered across the lakebed and surrounding shores. These skeletons, some dating back over 1,000 years, have puzzled scientists, historians, and adventurers for decades. Who were these people? How did they meet their end in such a remote and unforgiving place? Join me as we step into the mystery of Roopkund Lake, better known as the Skeleton Lake, and attempt to unravel the secrets that have remained hidden for centuries. The discovery, a chilling revelation. The story begins in 1942 when a forest ranger on patrol made a chilling discovery. Hidden in the high altitudes of the Himalayas, he stumbled upon a lake filled with human skeletons. Hundreds of them. Some were submerged in the icy water, while others were scattered along the shore. The bodies were remarkably well preserved, some with hair and flesh still clinging to the bones thanks to the freezing temperatures. But who were these people, and what could have possibly caused the deaths of so many in such an isolated location? The world was about to find out. Sort of. Clue number 1, the hailstorm theory. As researchers flocked to Roopkund, the first clue to this mystery came in the form of local folklore. According to village elders, a group of pilgrims on their way to the Nanda Devi shrine was caught in a sudden and deadly hailstorm. The hailstones were reportedly the size of cricket balls, and with no shelter in sight, the storm proved fatal for the entire group. Scientists who studied the skeletons found that many had skull fractures consistent with being struck by large, heavy objects, like hailstones. It seemed like a plausible explanation, but the mystery was far from solved. As we know, the first clue often only scratches the surface. Clue number 2, the curse of Nanda Devi. The plot thickens with another piece of local lore, a tale of divine retribution. According to this legend, a king, his queen, and their entourage ventured into the sacred mountains despite warnings of the goddess Nanda Devi. Angered by their arrogance, the goddess unleashed a deadly storm, wiping out the entire group. Could these skeletons be the remains of the cursed king and his followers? The idea of a divine curse adds an intriguing layer to the story, but it also raises more questions. Why would they have risked the wrath of the goddess in the first place? And is there any truth to this ancient tale, or is it just a convenient explanation for a natural disaster? Clue number 3, a genetic mystery. As science advanced, so did our understanding of the mystery. When researchers conducted DNA analysis on the skeletons, they uncovered something completely unexpected. These were not the remains of a single group of people. The skeletons belonged to at least 3 distinct groups. One with genetic ties to modern-day India, another with connections to the Eastern Mediterranean, possibly Greece, and a third group whose origins are still unknown. This discovery only deepened the mystery. How did people from such diverse backgrounds end up together in this remote corner of the Himalayas? Were they part of a single event, or did multiple groups come to Roopkund at different times only to meet the same tragic fate? Clue number 4, a journey with no return. Another puzzle piece to consider is the location itself. Roopkund Lake is not on any known ancient trade route. It's far from any major settlement, and the journey to reach it is arduous and dangerous even today. So why were so many people drawn to this desolate place? Some believe it was a site of pilgrimage, where travelers sought spiritual enlightenment. Others suggest they were traders, soldiers, or perhaps even an entire community fleeing some unknown disaster. But without written records or more evidence, the true purpose of their journey remains unclear. What we do know is that, whatever their reasons, they never made it back. The final piece of the puzzle. So, what really happened at Roopkund Lake? The evidence points in many directions. The hailstorm theory explains the injuries and sudden deaths, but it doesn't account for the diverse origins of the victims. The legend of a divine curse offers a tantalizing story, but lacks scientific proof. The genetic evidence suggests a more complex scenario, one involving multiple groups from different parts of the world. But why? And why here? Perhaps the answer lies in a combination of all these theories. Maybe Roopkund was a sacred site where people from different lands came together for a ritual or pilgrimage. Perhaps they were caught in a deadly storm, an event later mythologized into a story of divine wrath. Or maybe the true story is even stranger than we can imagine, a mystery that remains unsolved, waiting for the next clue to surface. Conclusion: the mystery lives on. Roopkund Lake, with its silent, skeletal witnesses, continues to captivate and mystify us. Despite all the clues and theories, we are left with more questions than answers. It's a place where history, legend, and science intertwine, creating a story that refuses to be fully unraveled. As we leave the Skeleton Lake, one thing is certain: this enigma will continue to haunt the minds of those who seek to understand it. Perhaps one day, we will uncover the truth. Until then, Roopkund Lake remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. A reminder that some secrets are buried deep, not just in the earth, but in the very fabric of our past.